They said that I was useless, that I would never amount to anything. And sure, I can't talk to people, or that I don't understand basic social cues. And yeah, I do have an intense, irrational fear of being touched that my caseworker says makes me essentially unhireable, but they were wrong, because what I can do is drive. Now you give me a time and a place, I'll give you 5 to 10 minute window. Anything happens within that 5 to 10 minutes, I'm all yours, and you're gonna eat good tonight. But anything beyond that, I'm out, and someone's gonna have to settle for a nice tall glass of water and some sleep. Now I can't guarantee your orders are gonna come out all nice and hot, or that you're gonna get everything you paid for. And I especially can't guarantee that you're gonna get all your fries. Man, I can't even guarantee that I'll get there safely. But what I can guarantee is the lack of service, a waste of time and money, and at least some of the food you order. Look, I don't think I need to explain what I did, it's pretty self-explanatory. I just drove around, got an order, and delivered it. Rinse and repeat. If you've seen my working in fast food is a nightmare video, then you'll know that me and my friend left Taco John's at the same time, and we started delivering food basically at the same time. And compared to Taco John's, this job was heavenly. You get to pick your own hours. You don't have to deal with weird coworkers, so no superiors going on weird power trips, no coworkers that go on tangents about brainwashing and fraud elections, and no employees constantly smelling like shit. And best of all, you don't have to deal with any customer's bullshit.
Take a double triple gourmet shake on a Giat, 4x4 Sigma style, extra quandial dingles with its skibidi and its squeeze, late Ohio grease, make it edge, rizz it and let it commute.
What the Sigma?
Let me explain. When you get an order, there's 2 stops you make, the restaurant and their house, okay? And you, the driver, are just merely the passenger. This is where the phrase, don't shoot the messenger, comes into play. If there's something wrong with the order, you don't say, sorry, let me go fix that. What you should be saying is, I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do, but if you contact support, they'll give you a partial refund. And from my experience, this always works. I was truly free. Now, would I recommend it? It really depends. If you live with your parents and are short on cash, then yeah, definitely. But as a full-time career? No, what are you, stupid? Doing DoorDash helped me buy the more expensive parts of my PC, and it helped me buy my drawing tablet. I honestly wouldn't have been making videos if it wasn't for that money. What I don't think it'll buy is a house with a white picket fence to raise your kids in. And there's factors that you have to include, like insurance, healthcare, gasoline, what happens if your car breaks down and who's gonna pay for that, and dare I say it,
taxes.
Also, I would like to include that it's not the safest job, because after a certain time, the undesirables come out. Me and my friends knew this, and it didn't help that a couple months before we started, some guy got dismembered. So I want to make it clear that this isn't an endorsement to start DoorDashing or doing Uber Eats. I'm here just to tell some stories and give out my experience. So far, I've told you the pros of delivering orders for a living, but let's get to the cons.
Oh shit! Sorry you guys, I'm not gonna let
Staying awake. So the last thing you want to do while driving is falling asleep by the wheel. I know, right? What a mind-boggling idea. But it happens. Because when all you do is just drive for 5 hours straight, it gets pretty boring, especially during drives that are like 7 miles of empty straight roads. And yeah, you could chug like 4 Red Bulls, but in my case, caffeine never seems to work for me. And I've developed some ways to combat this, like you could scream in your car. It will get some odd looks, but it works. Or be on a phone call with the boys. But the thing that always works for me, and I don't condone this, is have a video playing in the background. I was listening to podcasts, music. I had Wendigoon playing in the background, Salmonella, Internet Historian too. No joke, I watched an entire Venture Bros series while delivering orders. The movie included.
You did it just for a little while, just so I can buy a beautiful brown little boy girl to keep in my room for when the urges come.
Sergeant Hatred, you silly bastard. Sometimes I forget that you like kids.
Ah, shit.
Fortunately, that never happened. But speaking of crashes though, for some reason crash-related nightmares went through the roof. I went from never having crash-related nightmares to getting them once or twice a day. I tried to take a nap, I crash. I try to get a good night's rest, I crash. And it always ends the same way. I go through all 5 stages of grief, but on the last one, acceptance, it's not accepting that I've crashed, but accepting that I'm in a dream and I wake up. entering a stranger's home. So typically when you deliver an order, you either hand it to them or take a pick and leave. At no point should you be entering a person's house to hand an order. In fact, it's not even an option. So what idiot would do such a thing? To walk into such a dangerous and unpredictable situation?
Hey there, boy. I couldn't help but notice that you're looking pretty thick. Got me over here smacking my lips. Wet my whistle, you know what I mean. And to make a long story short, I want you. And I need you. So we can do this the easy way, where you just unzip yourself and I can start eating that shitter like an apple fritter. Or we could do it the hard way, where let's not ruin the surprise.
Luckily, something like that never happened. The first time happened was this old couple in which I was delivering their groceries, and not to sound like I endorse punching old people, but I think I could have taken them on. 2 of those times were to the same person, a disabled guy who ordered Chick-fil-A or something, and not to sound like I endorse punching the disabled, I think I could have taken him. And the last time it happened was when I was delivering a pizza, and how do I explain this without being mean? The way you live is indicative of your lifestyle. And walking into your house, I could sort of guess that they did not care. This shit was a pigsty. There was trash everywhere. The place was like a maze. It smelled really bad. And you had animals running around the damn place. And look at the owners, you could sort of tell why. Not to sound mean, but they were a little bit on the heavy side. And you could tell their life revolved around the first floor. They had a second floor, but it looked completely unused. I get 3 orders from Walmart to 3 separate locations, but let's ignore the last 2 locations, cause the real meat and potatoes of the story was at the first location. Now this first location was an apartment, and not just any kind of apartment, the worst kind of apartment. The kind that doesn't have an elevator. You want to know where I was delivering this order? The very top floor, at the very end of the hallway. The sooner I do this, the sooner I get this over with. I grab what I think I need to get, a 48 pack of water and the rest of the groceries. Keyword think. I go up several flights of stairs attempting to do this all in one trip. And dude, I'm going up these stairs and I'm sweating my ass off. My arms felt heavy, I was panting like a dog, my legs were trembling. And the worst part is the 48 packs started to rip and individual water bottles fell through the gaps. So now I have to go back down and squat to pick these up. This takes forever to do. But when I get to the customer's door, I feel like a champion. This is probably what heavy weightlifting champs feel like. Then I look at the name, and then on my phone. This isn't the right order. You ever think about what led you to this point? All those choices, big and small, that led you to this very exact moment. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking as I shamefully walked back to the car to pick up what I think is the right order. Keyword think. That's right, your boy picked up the wrong groceries again. This time, 2 12 packs of Dr. Pepper and the rest of the groceries. And the same thing happens again. Well, except if you add the fact that my vision was getting blurry and I felt like throwing up to the list of symptoms I was feeling before. Instead of thinking of all the little moments that led up to this, the only thing you're thinking of is nothing. Complete emptiness. I didn't want to think anymore. So after laying on the hood of my car for 5 minutes, I finally bring up the right order. No bullshit this time, no gallon jug of milk, no pack of soda, no anvil, just a couple bags. And as I walk up those stairs, I can only think of one thing, a quote, and it goes like this.
I leave Sisyphus at the foot of the mountain. One always finds one's burden again. But Sisyphus teaches the higher fidelity that negates the gods and raises rocks. He too concludes that all is well. This universe henceforth without a master seems to him neither sterile nor futile. Each atom of that stone, each mineral flake of that night-filled mountain, in itself, forms a world. The struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy.
But that's all I wanted to say for now. I have several stories about delivering food for a living, so I can make another video if you'd like. And if you have any delivery stories of your own, leave them in the comments. Anyway, see ya.